What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and it is time to talk Yu-Gi-Oh! While celebrating the 15th anniversary of my channel, it is only fair that I do the the one game that, of course, started it all and definitely continues to be the main aspect of the channel. Yu-Gi-Oh! A card game created by Kazuka Takahashi. Um, may rest his soul, as unfortunately Mr. Takahashi passed away a few years ago due to an accident at sea, in which we had learned that he went went jumped off of his boat to help a family that was at float or at drift in the sea themselves. And unfortunately, during this process, he lost his life. But thank you to Mr. Takahashi. The card game that you created and has expanded over 25 years, almost to their 30th year, was definitely beloved by the masses that call this game home. I know so many Yu-Gi-Oh players throughout the years that only play this game because, you know, it was their safe haven from a lot of the things that were going on at home, dealing with their mental stress and stuff like that. But it was a way for many of people to find friends, enjoy, something that they had not really had much fun of enjoying, and just in my own aspects of the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, I've met so many different people from so many aspects of the world because of this one card game. You thought it would have been Sonic or Mario. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a gamer, and you would have thought gaming would have been. But even Yu-Gi-Oh itself is gaming, and Yu-Gi-Oh really did allow me to open up my shell and really speak and talk and communicate with other people. So thank you to Mr. Takahashi. Massive amounts of thanks to those who work um, part of the Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And just thank you all for anyone involved with Yu-Gi-Oh who made so many of us enjoy this card game and its series and everything that's attached to it. Not the bad things, but that's what happens. Sometimes the good comes with the bad. So for this video, I'm going to talk about my experiences with Yu-Gi-Oh, what I love about it, you know, what things have, definitely been its negatives, but just overall talking about Yu-Gi-Oh and its presence on this channel, because when I started this channel was behind Yu-Gi-Oh actually. I started my channel when I wanted to help other Harpie players who did not have someone helping them with decks. Even more so, getting more people to, you know, talking to more people about Harpies and, what Harpie decks and stuff they were building. And the craziest thing about Yu-Gi-Oh itself was that I didn't think I would go from just being a single, because I wasn't even just a single Harpie player. I had other decks too. I just never expanded on them because my main focus has always been Harpie. And then once that had initially happened, where I started to get a lot of the Harpie cards themselves, I wanted to branch out. And while formats themselves weren't kin to Harpie, even formats now, I went and branched out into other archetypes. As many of you know on my channel, I have a playlist dedicated to those decks that are not Harpie, and I even have videos of cards that I have interest in as well. I went back and even did retro deck profiles for decks themselves that I did not have the chance to play at those periods of time, but now I get to, because some of those cards have gotten cheaper, some of those cards have gotten massive reprints, some of those cards aren't even limited anymore, so I can easily pick those up and be able to play them. I've met a lot of people, both good and bad, behind Yu-Gi-Oh! I definitely got to experience Yu-Gi-Oh! On its levels. I definitely will have to say it's still one of my most played games, even at this point in time, because while many of you know, I'm awaiting the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, which is said to come out next month at the time of this recording, so I cannot wait to experience that on the levels that it's going to be just a rehash of my of my teenage years, my preteen years, if you will. And I actually want to do a follow up video on that too, because I got a lot of videos I want to do some follow ups on. And I'm just really, really excited about it. I'm just really, really excited. I really do like playing this game, even on its casual level, because before got to college, I was a very casual player of this game. I think more so now. I'm just gonna say I am a casual Yu-Gi-Oh player, and there's nothing wrong with being a casual Yu-Gi-Oh player. You know, I know what things I like, I don't like. I stay focused to that. I don't really try to meddle in the meta. When things that are serious come up, I talk about them. And throughout the basis of it, the one thing that I do love about Yu-Gi-Oh and that keeps me in Yu-Gi-Oh is literally just the overall stories that are behind Yu-Gi-Oh, both from the players and the cards that are that are included in the card game, and the stories that are told behind them. Because Yu-Gi-Oh has such a depth of conversation that gets told. It really is. So, in tolls of that, when I started playing it in, you know, experiencing the competitive scene, that was like 2009. My brother took me to a car shop that he was going to, and I got to meet a lot of people that, well, some of them I don't know much about where they are now. There are some of them who I did keep tabs to. There was a lot of growth from me behind that situation. For better or for worse, from some people would say. But for me personally, I have to say, I enjoyed what I got to experience. It helped me grow. And I am the person that I am because of it. And, you know, the crazy thing about Yu-Gi-Oh itself is just how much of it impacted me in so many different ways, you know. And I really do, you know, just try to enjoy what comes out of it. And it's a good thing, you know. Never knock down what makes you happy. Only embrace what it does. And if people don't like it, hey, look, discard them like everybody else does. It just is one of those situations where, hey, it is just what it is. So, what other aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh can I talk about? Well, let's talk about my first experiences. My first Yu-Gi-Oh cards were singles for Metal Raiders and Legend of the Blue Eyes, because those were the first two sets in TCG. There is a difference between TCG and OCG. OCG is an official card game, but that's more of the stuff that Japan gets, or those in the in Asia that get, except for Korea, who has their own format, in China, who has the Asian English format. Which, funny enough, they just got their own Forbidden Limited list just a couple of weeks ago. In addition to that, the TCG, which is the international play of it, got theirs in 2002 and has expanded since 2002, because now it's going to be 2005. So that's about 23 years. But in Japan, they started a lot earlier and got a lot of more sets prior to that. But my first official sets were Legend of the Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, and Pharaoh Servant. Not particularly in that order, but in that order. Then the first sets that I came into when I got older and experienced Yu-Gi-Oh itself wasn't, what was the first, because my first structure deck, I can tell you guys my first structure deck. The first structure deck that I had was actually starter deck Joey. And that was a starter deck that my dad bought me from Toys R Us, because he couldn't find the Pegasus one with all the good cards in it, like Graceful and Pot and all of that. So I had to settle for Joey. But Joey's at least gave me Scapegoat, he gave me Harpie's brother, and he gave me Red Eyes Black Dragon. I don't have many of those older cards, unfortunately, but that's okay, because the one cards of Wave that I did get were Harpies. And that was simply through trading a lot of people to get a lot of those Harpie cards. I was getting Harpie Ladies, I was getting 1, 2, 3 Harpie Sisters. My grandfather, for one Christmas, gave me Triangle XCC Spark, Harpie Lady Sisters, and the Pyramid of Light cards from the movie, which I don't have any of those. But I definitely do have my Triangle XCC Spark and my Harpie Lady Sisters. Then the another wave of packs that I got was Cybernetic Revolution. Then we enjoyed my first structure deck. No, it wasn't Lord of the Storm. That came after. My first structure deck was Incredible Fortress. And then later on, from Incredible Fortress, became Lord of the Storm. And that's where I got a major wave of Harpie cards from from that period of time. Because everybody knows I love my Harpie stuff. And I remember walking into GameStop that day, and I turned around to see Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, "Ooh, I definitely wanted these." And I think it was my dad that said, "Hey, well, go ahead and get them." And I did, and I got two structure deck. Did I get two structure or one structure deck? They got one structure deck because it was Harpie Lady, and it was Lord of the Storm. It was Harpie Lady, and I said, "Oh, look at all this! I can have more Harpie Lady sisters." And I didn't know there was a Harpie. I knew there's Harpie Lady 2 and 3, but I didn't know about all the additional stuff like the Harpie's Baby Dragon. I knew about Harpie Girl, but there was all these additional cards and stuff that I wanted in it because it's going to power up my Win deck. Then I had the video games, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Soul, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship, Yu-Gi-Oh! 2004, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2007, because that's when I got my DS. Then Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008, and then from then on, I played a lot of emulators with a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Games too. Oh, I can't forget Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters, because I still love that. I used to have some of my older cartridges. Then, when I started experiencing Yu-Gi-Oh! On its competitive, my first sneak peek was not Ancient Prophecy. My first sneak peek was technically might have been Ancient Prophecy, but I think the first one that I officially would say I paid for and went through was The Shining Darkness. Because this is after I missed the Absolute Power Force one, because I was kind of in a hole. Then Ancient Prophecy, Shining Darkness, G-Rev, Star Strike Blast. God, I think almost every one at that range of time. And I think my favorite one, even till this day, no, it wasn't Reborn Tengu, even though I caught me some Tengus from an illustrious trade into a Max C, which, hells yeah. My favorite was Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. And even through the weeks of getting all my stuff for Tachyon, even getting my Nora Harpy cards. And then my favorite duelist pack, funny enough, is Sisters of the Rose. And I'm also going to throw in Jin Yuki's, the one with the evil heroes, because that one is one as well. My favorite starter decks, probably the first wave, Joey, Yugi, Kaiba, and Pegasus. My favorite sets, or Tachyon. I'm gonna also throw in, what is it, Blackwing Assault. That's the OCG name, but it's the one with Tri-Brigade in it, because that was one of my favorite ones. My favorite side sets, Jesus. Well, my favorite specials. Well, let's do it like this. My favorite duelist packs, which I've already said, Sisters of the Rose, Jaden Yuki, 3 or 4. Wing Riders, Wind Riders, the structure that they started the Duelist pack, Legendary Duelist pack, Duelist of the Storm. There we go. Where it was Lyrilless, Speedroid, Speedroid, Crystal Wing, and Bond de Fleur in the LaFleur archetype. But I was mainly there for the Lyrilless and a couple of the Speedroid stuff. My favorite box set, duelist, was it Duel Devastators? Dual Overlord. There we go. The one where it was like every legitimately amazing piece that anyone could have in 2019. I bought 3 boxes of it, and I never regretted it. Getting a lot of stuff from TCG Player, because TCG Player definitely did help me get a lot more cards to stock up on things. I've been to several regionals. I've never been to a YCS. I've topped many of locals. I've won maybe one, and then one on a technicality, and um, definitely just experienced my wave of Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though I've been through some negative events in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, I'm not gonna ever let that weigh me down, because the positive has always just outshined it. Positive things of playing this card game with a smile on my face and meeting the people that came with it. While some people probably wish they never met me, there are some people who enjoy the fact that I even exist to this day. Many people who are probably watching this channel definitely will tell you that, especially the ones that know me IRL. And I definitely, while I have my ups and downs with the community, this is something I can easily go into. Yu-Gi-Oh's community definitely has taken a turn for better or for worse at periods. I think after a couple of real life events as of late, we've gotten to see that a lot of us do stick into our circles for reasons that are obvious. There's some really petty Yu-Gi-Oh players. There's some really toxic ones, and you find your friends through the toxicity of it. Where I believe Katsuki Takahashi never really wanted, you know, his game to be such a hot mess through its own community, because no one ever wants your community to be like Smash or League. But unfortunately, at times, Yu-Gi-Oh players do get that way. Oh God, don't even get me started on COD players, because Jesus Christ, I've watched those videos. Slurs. Anyway, and just the amount of things that have transpired, especially with, people coming out about how Konami handles prices, and the community of people saying I'd rather be a casual than be a competitive player. Many of competitive players saying they don't want to invest in the card game until, a wave of reprints come out and things get a lot better. So, with that prosperity of things, I know a lot of people ask me why ever leave Yu-Gi-Oh. The answer is no, because I'm always grateful for the pieces and aspects of it, whether it's video games, card games themselves. I have honestly no merchandise from Yu-Gi-Oh. I have more Pokemon merch than I do Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, X out of Matt's. Matt's our thing. But I honestly will have to say, look, if I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd play another card game. Most likely it'd be Pokemon or Digimon. And even then, so I'd play a whole bunch of video games on the side. So Yu-Gi-Oh's impact of me never really runs away. So I'm strapped to it like a Sonic fan is strapped to Sonic. Oh, damn, I want my Yu-Gi-Oh cupcakes. And through the last 15 years, as many of you know, the content on this channel has definitely been centered to Yu-Gi-Oh. It's why I started it, because my love of an archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh pushed me to want to do this, and has pushed me to continue on. So, while I have definitely experienced a wave of nostalgia and just experiencing this, I hope those who watch this video have their waves of nostalgia. And definitely let me know, what was your favorite moments of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card game, because many of us have a lot to offer, and I definitely do want to hear it. So leave it in the comment section below. And thank you guys for being here for these last 15 years of the channel. I really do appreciate it. I have only a few more videos to record, and I cannot wait to record them, because soon I will be uploading the content piece by piece, and then probably saving it for like selective releases, so that way you guys can see all of them, and then gives them some time in between. But with that said, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out tremendously. Hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content. Socials are in the description box below. And of course, you guys, I will make sure to leave a previous playlist and everything for you so you guys can watch my other content. With that said, HBJ signing out. Take care.